Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw tips and tricks. Here's a little, I think, pretty good little video on a text effect using the graph paper or the table tool. I'm going to use the graph paper this time. I'm going to set my graphs on 30 by 30. I'm going to hold down the control button. I'm going to actually make it a little bit smaller this time than I did on this. I'm going to nudge this out of the way. And the reason I'm using this graph paper is because this seems like it really bogged down my computer. Now we're going to hit P and put it in the center of the page, and we're going to put a little gray in it. But if you look here, if you right click black, it does it on the graph paper, but it doesn't do it on the table tool. And the table tool, you have to actually convert it to a curve. So there's a step saved. Now we're going to take our text and we're going to hit P and put it in this. We're going to grab it all and group it together and put it to the front of the page. And we're going to hit P and put it at the center of the page. Now I'm actually, that's a good enough size. I could make my graph paper a little bit bigger or make my text a little bit smaller. Now I am going to make a duplicate of that word. I must have my text, I changed that. So this thing is under 15, so I'll make my nudge factor 16. I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to go here and I'm going to go to intersect. And what that did, that intersected that text out. And now you see we have lines. So I can get rid of this. I can actually now nudge this out of the way and I have that text. Now we need to create some sort of shadow. So what I did here, I'm going to left click, right click, and I'm going to go to object and ungroup it. And when you get that, you get the boundary tool. So I'm going to make a boundary around it. But I need to move that boundary out of the way, and I'm going to go to effects and contour. I'm going to contour to the outside with square corners just 1/4 of an inch. And I get that little bit of a boundary there. Now they're all grouped together, are all intermingled together. So I'm going to take my Smart Fill tool and I'm going to fill that in. And now I'm going to nudge that down. We're making our shadow. So now I'm going to go to effects, blur, because I want it shadowed all the way around. So you can't really use, or I can't get any of the shadow tools to make it look worth a flip. So I blurred it, and now I'm going to put it on top of that. I might be a little bit thick, but you see where I'm going with this. And now I'm going to leave them ungrouped, but I'm going to put them up there at the top. And I'm going to set my nudge factor now on like 0.2. And I'm going to grab my text and I'm going to move it over to kind of like the middle of the line. Now my shadow didn't go with it. So I can take my shadow, I can move my shadow around wherever I want. And see the shadow that's on the inside? Well, if you remember, your text is a group. So I'm going to grab the text and I'm going to go to object, order, front of page. And now my shadow is only in the back. That's pretty cool. Or at least I think it is. I might be a little biased, but it looks like it's kind of risen off the graph paper or you could use a bunch of square block, but you can use the graph paper or you can use the table tool and set the table tool in 25 by 25. You just need to hold down your control button. And what I said before, see it's kind of slowing down my computer because I can't even, there it goes. And at this time, you got to go to convert it to a curve so you can make those lines black. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit, and thank you for watching.